about 20 pilots launched from Pen Cerrig Cailc off the southeast face. The early birds took quite nice flat glides into the Grainne Mhara Valley, but those who were a little bit later, about half a dozen of them got a small climb in the lee of the Sugarloaf and have landed quite high on the hill and look like they're yomping over the top. And there's some of the very competitive pilots doing that in a different group to some other very competitive pilots. So we've got 2 routes being taken, and there's a lot of pilots waiting up on takeoff or prepping. We've got 58 in total today.
Magic was actually nice and thermic. There's a few bubbles there. A lot of people went right, tried to land up here on Sugarloaf, but that's my nemesis. I've been stuck there so many times flying in this area. So I went into the valley, smooth hike up. I reckon I'll get up to Skirrid for 1:30. I just enjoy myself, but I'd like to get as close as possible down, this down leg route today to minimise the hiking there. And then my goal is just to finish this year.
It's been hot on the ground, but I had a beautiful, really lifty line off Sugarloaf that pretty much got me to Skirrid. I spent the morning running along the road and then a quite steep climb up to Magic. I'm quite good on the flat, but not so great on the hills. But my hike and fly go-to is a wrap cheese and salami. Just ram it all in your bags.
So this event is slightly different to the other events in the UK because Ali sets a course for everyone, and that course means that we all get to race along a course line. And what that means for new pilots is it's quite accessible. It feels a little bit easier to make decisions because you've got a route to follow. But within that, there's a lot of scope to make different decisions. But this race means that you get to make the most of the weather, and because Ali's so local, he plans it within an inch to make everyone enjoy it as much as they can. We see the same faces at these events over and over again, so we've got quite a good little community. But over time, and certainly this year, there's loads of people who I've never met or seen before, and it's amazing. And now with the races, there's people coming from abroad too. So the UK hiking license is really gaining some momentum.
My name's Dougie Swanson-Lowe. Had a little happy moment coming into goal. It's always nice, really satisfying when you spend the whole day worried whether you're going to be bombing out and landing somewhere, walking for days, and so it's a real weight off your shoulders when you just know you're in, you've done it. It's not like normal paragliding racing. You've got to plan with the weather, look at timings, you've got to position yourself at the right place at the right time, otherwise you get stuck. And today was a perfect example of that, because it was about getting to the third turn point, Skirrid, as soon as you could. So you had to really push to get there, so that you could get there just as the flying conditions would start, and then you could fly the rest of it. And it was about getting the timing right. So I just find it really interesting, trying to balance it, work everything out. It's just interesting problems to try and solve.
So yeah, that's wrapped up for this year. So how did it go?
I'm really happy, Jack. It was a lovely weekend, lots of smiles this afternoon. We had 19 pilots in goal. After them, pilots strung out across the route, of course, as always. But I think overall, whether you flew 10 kilometres or you flew the entire task, people have had an adventure and a lovely time. And we've managed to finish just before the rain started. So fingers crossed, have a nice evening now with curry and guys have a beer and a chat. And yeah, that's us for this year.